Oh yeah, we're going with the El Clasico. We haven't done that proper intro in a long time. Previously on Kimba TV. Instead of what's the probability that we can go back down here and grab this, instead of that, are you gonna be able to read this to see if it's bullish or bearish? Are you gonna be able to know if you should long this, or maybe you're gonna be looking for a bearish retest to short it? Hey, how we doing? How we doing? All right, let's get the chat loaded up. Oh, happy Monday, y'all. Vanquisher says, Kimba, this week we'd want to give a bit more focus to SPX price action too, right? Yeah, I mean, it's super simple. Were you here for the morning TA? Sensei, you definitely want to rewind and get caught up when I was looking at the Bugammas, but if S&P or NASDAQ opens bearish today, Bitcoin is going to poop. Okay. On S&P, what we really want to do is try and clean all of those bad highs. We want to try to get something like this going. Whether it's, wow, why is my mouse so fucking weird? We either want that or we either want that to get turned into support. We either want this to get turned into support or that to get turned into support. Ideally, we do that. It's that simple. If S&P can't get up to these bad highs and start to try to turn that level into support, then we're going to go down. For me, it's that simple. That's it. That's why I have the 5350 marked. Maybe it's a zone, you know, and you could also do something like this. So one of these things, one of these levels has to get turned into support. Okay. In 3 minutes, markets will open. We already looked at pre-market Bugammas. You guys remember what we talked about yesterday? Gap fill and go. How we doing, Lions? The math is the math. It's easy, baby. It's easy work, baby. Light work, baby. Let's go. Hey, should I let Tuche up now? Should I let Tuche up now? Because the math is too easy, y'all. I'm telling y'all, baby, the math is the math, ho. Oh, swiggity swag. Damn, I was thinking that it might be a little bit too early for the Latuche. Let's wait until the bad highs get swept, yeah? And then we'll Latuche up. You talking about this, Hans Hugo? So I went into pretty big detail over the weekend streams. Did somebody like regurgitate this back onto the Discord and now you're asking me again? So the chart of CFTC CME Bitcoin leveraged funds net total shows a significant increase in short positions on Bitcoin, reflecting hedge funds' expectations of a price decline. However, it is also anticipated that these large entities may be using a hedging strategy by buying Bitcoin in spot market through ETFs while simultaneously shorting futures contracts. So when these short positions are closed, a significant price increase is expected due to the surge in demand. So yeah, we already talked about it. I'm basically doing the same thing, right? Do you know what my short hedge is when we got filled together? Hans Hugo? My short is from here. Were you here when we were talking about the hedge short? And people were asking me, where is your stop loss on the hedge short? I'm not trying to profit on my hedge short. I'm still running my longs. Therefore, I'm going to put my stop loss at break even, the highest place that I can without taking a loss, because when I get stopped out on my hedge short, I'm helping push the price higher. Okay, so basically all this was, okay, was it gave market makers the opportunity to get into shorts that will also let them profit because they're going to close in profit, but it's also going to drive the price up when they have their spot holdings. Exactly. Nothing to lose. Exactly. Yep. But obviously, you know, that 30-second explanation is shit compared to the hour or the 40 minutes that we spent talking about it over the weekend. All right, Hans Hugo. So I would recommend, if you miss the weekend streams, get caught up. Here's the thing. You don't have to get caught up on the weekend streams, but everybody that was there for it is way ahead of you, than you basically. You don't have to rewind and get caught up on the morning stuff, but everybody that heard the morning stuff knows a little bit more than you do right now. It's up to you on whether you're okay with that or not. You know, if you want to say, the shit that he talked about over the weekend, probably not important. Okay, that's okay. If you're wrong, you're the one that pays the price for it anyways. You know, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, definitely get caught up. Sounds good. But the stuff that we talked about, Hans Hugo, is how do you look at that data yourself, right? You shouldn't be like just taking it at face value, right? Where can you go to look at this data yourself? That's the big thing that we talked about. The second thing is historical data. When that happens, you know, what happens in the past? So how can you actually see if there is a lot of accumulating going on spot and by how much? Right? And you can see when they're opening shorts and how much in shorts they're opening. Alrighty. So it goes beyond just the analytical part. We talked about like where to look at the data and shit. All right. So yeah, that's from the weekend. But what do you guys think about this, ladies and gentlemen? Real quick. What do you guys think about all this? It's got to be testnet, right? It's got to be testnet, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this has got to be testnet, right? What do you guys think? For those of you that were here for the weekend stream, for those of you that were here earlier in the morning, are you surprised? Bitch, you're not surprised?
My trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say?
What do you guys think?
He just told us
The math is the math. And what I say, hey, shout outs to y'all for letting me Latuche up before the bad high got swept. Talk to me. Let's fucking go. Happy Monday, Lions. Are we Juicy Maguchi? Talk to me. How we doing?
Yes, science.
How we doing? How we doing? Is the math gonna play out? How many of y'all want a swing fail? I hate you. I'm just kidding. It's okay. If it's a swing fail, we're gonna get nasty. We know what to do. I'll take it on the third 30 minute. If it's a swing fail, I just said that, right? I'm gonna take it on the third one. Bugatti money. You guys good? We Gucci Magooch. We're gonna keep the lettuce going. We're gonna keep the hypersymphonic flowing. Alrighty, let's go. Hey, longers I'm rooting for you, shorters I'm rooting for you. Let's go. The math is the math. We're all looking at the same shit. Alrighty, how many of y'all want to see EXO? How many of y'all are like, oh shit, are they squeezing? How many of y'all want to see EXO? Oh, Kachoi Shiba. Do you guys remember when we did this over the weekend and we said that's the reset counter? Still 15 million more to go. Bugatti money. Ladies and gentlemen, the math is the math. Make sure you have the levels identified to the upside, your levels identified to the downside. Look at the reaction as it goes to that level. What does the open interest tell you? Are positions opening? Are positions getting squeezed? Is there any divergence or edge? Talk to me, Lions. Get nasty. You guys see the 1,000 Bitcoin that's shorting 70,000, between 70,000 and 70,100? I don't even know what to say at this point, you guys. Because I'm hyped the fuck up. It's probably the caffeine. Man, and I fucking, I don't know. I almost feel like it's a little bit cringy if I keep saying it. But like, how many of y'all have been here since the weekend on this bitch with me? It's not really so much like how many of y'all were watching my stream. It's more about how many of y'all were just watching the charts in general. Because whether you're watching it on my stream or on your own, we're all looking at the same shit. The open interest is the same as on my screen as it is on yours. The CVD is all the same. The order flow is the same. The divs are the same. So I don't even know all of the things that you really could have juiced the fuck up on. I would say, again, identifying levels. Okay, I think like on Friday night, we were talking about which one does it grab? Does it grab just the first one or do they go all the way up there, right? And then we were talking about CME gap, right? Because whether it nuked down or up, you were gonna have a gap. And then I said, you know, anticipate on how you wanna play that, gap, fill, and go. So, and then obviously this is a line that we've had for now 3 weeks. I think this is the third week that we've had this line. How crazy is that it's reacting like that? You know, billions of dollars flowing and it pixel fucks like that on a line that we've had for a long time. 4 minutes, 15 seconds on the 30-minute candle close. Talk to me, Lions. Fibonacci. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Hey, Lois, it's pixel fucking.
Everybody Gucci? Whatever you're doing, we're gonna have a nice little price action here, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to me. Talk to me, Lions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30-minute and 1 hour candle close. Single print Bugatti money. Let's go. Let's see it. The juice is the juice. The race is on, Lions. Talk to me. Feel good. Let's go, Hyphy. Let's go, Shredded. Let's go, Prox1. Let's go, Indo Lion. Let's go, Vishante, Drogi, Wysack, Ricky, Matt, Lou Time. The juice is the juice. Talk to me. We got all night of this. All night volatility. China getting nasty with it. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to see a screenshot of China's exchanges? Exclamation China. Exclamation China in chat. If you log into any exchange, it doesn't matter if it's Coinbase, all right? It doesn't matter if it's the goddamn CME. If you log in from a Chinese IP, you don't have a green button, y'all. It's just 2 red buttons. You don't have a green button if you log into an exchange from a Chinese IP. This is a known fact. Exclamation China if you don't believe me. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not trading positions. We are managing risk. All right? Make sure you don't take a Kung Fu karate chop to the face, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take a Hadouken to the balls, ladies and gentlemen. How many of y'all were unsure of what you were going to do? How many of y'all did it blind? How many of y'all were absolutely sure that you didn't want to do it blind?
My trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say?
Regardless of what you ended up doing, how many of y'all have a little bit of extra thought of, maybe candle close, at least waiting for the first one or the second one is a tiny bit of a good idea? Regardless of what you ended up doing, because we're all going to be objective and we're here to learn and we're here to improve. So again, we're not going to just, freak out on just one sample size, okay? We're not going to just freak out on one sample size, and it doesn't really matter what happens, okay? Whether this green dildo's up or it just straight red dildo's down, we're figuring out how to improve risk management. So, objectively speaking, regardless of what happens, regardless of whether it works out or not, usually for situations like this, it's quite a little bit less risk to wait for candle body closes. Bugach? Doesn't mean that you can't go blind. Yeah, Harmony, leg day message? My bad. You're the first person to tell me that. The way it is. Hey, Alex, the CME swept the 68.4. Yes. So here's what the CME looks like as well. So we got 20 minutes on the 30-minute candle close. You have single prints to the upside, single prints to the downside. Let me turn on the single prints again for you guys. You guys have levels identified to the downside, to the upside, yes. Fibs, yes. Volume, yes. I don't think we have to look at S&P. CME, you got to look at. Everybody see what I'm seeing? How many of y'all have no fucking clue what's going on right now? But you counter traded Sato and you're juicing on a short. I threw that second half one in after. Chrissy's, what's going on? Living Planet, what's going on? Mazi, what's going on? Jedi Kirk, what's going on? Vishante, what's going on? Rohaleshes, what's going on? Living Forest, you good? We got Lil Zan, we got Lord Gaba, we got zillions, ladies and gentlemen. The math is the math. Are y'all ready to get nasty with me? Are y'all ready to get nasty with me? We have another hour and a half until I'm gonna go to sleep. What do you think? Maybe 2 hours? I'll kick it with you guys as long as there's volatility, but I think most of you guys are gonna prefer that I show up early tomorrow instead of fucking around on this karate chop movement. Jed the Rock says, I have no fucking clue what's happening. Well, usually for it to maintain, so basically, do you know what these Fibonacci retracement levels mean? 382, bullish. Okay, 0.5, holding on to bullishness, but now you're about to lose it. At the golden pocket, all the bullish edge that you had is lost, and it becomes neutral. Here, bears are now in control. They have edge. We are below that level. Alrighty? If you spend too much time in these control zones, it's solidifying it even more and more. So right now, bulls have to immediately try to get it up. Otherwise, until they can do that, bears are in control. So you would be looking at, okay, well, what's the next level that we could possibly have a reaction from? Swing failure pattern of that, and you've got the single print right there. And then you've got the boxes as well. Does that help, Jed? The other thing that we're talking about is earlier we were talking about, should we put blind limits here, yes or no? And so I don't know if you're understanding the jargon, but what the rule says, and we had a line here too, but the rule says you should wait for the 30-minute candle close to break and then close back above. So instead of breaking, but then having the 30-minute candle close above this line before entering along, some people were risking and just front running and saying, you know what, I'm going to put blind limits here. And so we're all learning based off of what's going to happen, why the book says you should wait for the 30-minute candle close. Shadow Dancer says, with the retest of 682, does 66 be a good bearish retest short? Sure, Shadow Dancer. It all really just depends on what the data is going to look like. A lot of people, I mean, can you tell me what a lot of people are going to be anticipating? What are the bullish people going to be anticipating? Do you know? Single print grab? No. Trident. So if you do take that short and it's starting to look good for you as a bear, you need to break that. Wow. The math is the math. LPZ says you're looking at the bearish retest on the trend line to add. Cage in the house, Kraken in the house, Ferenz, Aussie, Lil Zansha, Ra Ra Ra, Flecka, Farid in the house, Shadow, Robinachi, Paper, Lagiki, Tigrin, Cajun, Shadow, Flecka.
What did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
Love you guys, man. What a Monday. I cannot wait until tomorrow. Most likely, as long as it hasn't gone through to you know where, I'm probably going to be trying to chase a short at this point, you know? I dropped a whole bunch of the thangity thang up there, so that's like the most obvious thangity thang tomorrow. But watch out for the sweeps. Watch out for the bad lows. You guys should be able to tell which one of these. There's only 3 bad lows here. So make sure you spot them. Maybe it does a swing fail on the first one. It doesn't go to the other one. I don't know what it's going to do. But do your thang. The math is the math. Here's the screenshots if you need them one more time. I'm sure it's going to be in the highlights. Those are the levels. Those are the levels. Those are the levels. All right. The CME thang right there is the most sus right there at 67. All righty. The juice is the juice. There's also like a bearish retest opportunity right there at the 68,855 too. Just as long as you have the levels, you've got all the opportunity in the world. Alrighty, Mogs, Uchiha, Prox, 1, Flecka. I'll see you guys in like 8 hours. Sounds good? Holy shit. Stay safe, Bugatti boys. All right, Sato sleeping. And all right, y'all, have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow bright and early. CPI, FOMC Wednesday creeping up on us. One more day to fuck around, and then it's game time tomorrow, y'all. Bugatti!